Streaming now?
Yep.
Right. So this is how you build a JPole. You get a 10-foot piece of copper pipe, and you got to have some measurements. Go see our measurements.
3 pieces, one at 60 and a half, one at 18 and 3/4, and one at 1.5 inches.
The bottom piece does not matter in length.
That bottom piece is your mounting piece, which doesn't matter in length. The 3 that matter are your top ones, and that gives you the best frequency for what we're doing, or the most common frequency, I guess.
So, first piece I've actually already pre-made. This is the 60.5-inch piece. This will be our top pole.
With
Next thing we need to do
a cap on the top of it.
Then your next piece, this one's actually, I know it's pre-cut because my ends are ready. This is an 18 3/4 inch. This is going to be your side quarter length wave pole. Then, let's see if it's still in here. Nope. My little 1.5 is gone. So we need to measure out 1.5. Gotta go find the tape measure real quick.
Here.
Oh, there we go. All right. Measure out our 1.5 piece. Somebody was gracious enough to bring the fancy pipe cutter. I ended up using a hacksaw at home, so this is nice.
And we're in a fab shop, and you're using a handheld cutter.
Yeah. Well, no, it's good because this way people, not everybody's going to have a fab shop.
I know.
Yeah, do it at your kitchen table.
Or in your garage or whatever, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Where you at, Jerry? You're close enough. You should be here.
Jerry's on vacation. Tell him to turn his phone off. Jerry, turn your phone off and go enjoy your vacation.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, sorry.
One of my buddies I added a couple months ago. But yeah, Jerry, enjoy your vacation if you're watching.
There we go. All right. So next step is to prep the ends. What we want to do, just some sandpaper, a scruff pad, and we just want to scruff the outsides of it. It makes the flux and the solder adhere better.
That piece that goes on, you said it was 2 3/4? The connector? This piece here? It goes on 2 3/4, you said?
So from the middle of the tube, 2 1/4.
2 1/4.
2 1/4. So you want to measure from the middle of this tube, you want to measure 2 1/4 on here and 2 1/4 that way.
Oh, okay.
You also want to make sure and get the inside of these too. You need to get both of them scuffed up.
Oh, they were talking about the long piece. You could actually, this one's not this one here down. So I just like I wanted that shorter.
Okay. Now I know this is already scuffed up. You want a cap on the end of your 61.5. And you want a cap on the end of your 18 3/4. Let's go this way and find some fire.
Here's an area.
Okay. So you want to get the flux on the outside of this pipe and on the inside of the inside piece it's connecting to. Doesn't take much, just a little bit. Alright, I gotta grab a torch real quick.
I got a lighter. Oh, you got one?
So we're just waiting on solder.
Touching the beer.
So the way I've learned, or the way I do it, is I'll heat the pipe up first. This torch is finicky. You want to apply the heat on one side. Once it heats up, you want to apply the solder on the other side, and it'll suck it right up. If my torch will stay lit. That's really it for that piece. Now we will go connect the next piece.
I'll probably forget your name.
We're going to go back over there because I don't want to burn the plastic tube.
I'm really bad at names.
Gotta add some flux.
I'm still just baffled on the simplicity of it.
When I was watching on YouTube, you can actually build an antenna for your antenna radio. I don't talk to them. Yeah, I did that.
Wes is grabbing some more parts and we'll finish up this build. You should be here, Parker.
This is the elbow we're putting on.
And this is on the end of the 18 3/4 cap pipe.
Yep.
I never did that. Get them guys getting to like an art and you just hear it slapping it in. Yep. You are? I never. And then they turn water on. First try. Same thing, man. There's something, you know, it's an art. You hear that sound. It's like a torch. You hear it getting tight. This is lead-free solder.
You can't win with that torch.
No, I can't. Me and him don't get along. This one's mine. When you heat it up like this and you do it on the opposite side, that solder will just get sucked right in and create a seal. Doesn't have to be watertight, it just has to hold it in place. There we go. Awesome. Cool.
Buying the end separate with the cable.
You can go on Amazon.
Careful, because they're hot. So now I'm going to go get our big.
I was surprised to hear how inexpensive the copper was.
You're gonna
Because
need
you always
both
just hear
screwdrivers.
construction sites and their stuff for their copper. So I
I think copper has dropped over that.
I'm going to rinse and repeat. So we're going to.
This is the 60.5, and this one's already capped at the top.
Sand it off to make sure things will adhere. We're gonna
Yeah, so I mean, even the cable.
sand our inside piece.
Like I said, I think we're just gonna go right through the wall of the house and we'll just put something nice to where it's not just siliconed in. We'll just set up a station next to the desk and overlay it first.
I'm gonna go ahead and sand all 3 ports right here, so I don't have to do this again.
Yeah, I took this here, which is this laid on the port mark. And I try to line this up, because this she's straight across from the port.
So the frequency, the set your frequency seems to me just like when you move your antenna wires on your TV, you know?
Well, if they have that SWF.
We're live streaming it right now.
I was told to grab you.
Woohoo.
Derek, when you get a chance.
Okay. Alright, so I gotta go add some flux to it real quick.
Well, I thought you said just loosen the screw. You're going to have
Well,
to break some.
this is the part that you would actually adjust. So, if they have a meter.
Yes, we do.
Darn.
I wish I knew how to get one.
Yeah, if you adjust this contact is actually where you're going to be changing the frequency. So they're just going off a standard measurement at that 2 1/4. But if you had the SWF meter, you could move this even, I mean, 1/4 of an inch, and it could be the difference. And he was talking of being in between the high and the low, the median. And I've seen the meters, but I haven't messed with them in years.
I got an SWF meter, that's what she needs.
It's the same theory, though.
I'm gonna go set this back real quick so it doesn't get lost.
If you understand that.
One of those things where we were either
And you key it up, and it's no different when you're on your CD, it's built in.
Right.
You key it up, and try to get your override now has it built in.
So
And so then you can
now
adjust
we need to connect
that
the
mic
T.
up. And of course, it bounces, and you back it off. It's a sweet spot.
oh, do you? Yeah, don't ever have me try and wire your house, because that's probably not a good idea. I can install it.
There's a block right there if you need a tapper.
I've seen how those TV guys plumb houses.
Yeah, that's not me. I know when and when not to stuck. So.
Alright, that looks good. Now we're gonna connect the T.
I was gonna get it going for you.
Kind of push them back and say, not really numbing anymore, not gonna sofa in my comfy chair watching your narrative control TV and pay a shit ton of money. So, I upped mine. And to get better back. And it's still cheap. And we just
When you buy a cheap torch, you deal with the consequences of it being finicky. What should have happened? There we go. See how it just gets sucked right up in there. All right. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down for a second. And this, I want to take it over here to a flat table.
You want your torch and solder?
Yeah.
So the JPole one, is that how we still could? But I want something that I could just quickly go through. Right. So, we'll have tables up on the
All right,
wall.
I'll get my little inch and a half piece.
The candy display stuff, drop the cables down, plug radios in, and we've got a
Right. So that's what something like these. And if you mount them just right, you can have put up, paid up.
It was
You know, when he was talking, when he left,
Grab some plugs.
you can get those like
didn't wanted daddy back.
Yeah.
Yeah, wanted daddy back.
you get the
Some
smaller
are way
ones.
more emotional.
Types of display.
Yeah, this was his dog. There was no getting around it. That was like his kid. You know?
Right, and then you can just set these right in. Just have them there. And run your wire.
When you get on
thing. What can I do for a quick change out that if we need the trailer and gear, her stuff's in there, I can roll her stuff out, throw a few bags in, and we're ready to go. And the tables are just going to be up against the walls for us.
Right.
Or
So we can just drop them down, plug in some radios, and ready to go.
Get your table to write maps.
And then set up some shelving up in the header that I can keep stuff in all the time. It's out of the way from this. She's got a big display unit, cotton candy machine, popcorn machine. So I'm going to set up moving.
you want to get these two as parallel as possible.
Caster on wood. I'm going to set up some of those under the machine so that I can just roll them. And in about 10 to 15 minutes.
If it tweaks a little bit, you can just put like a little piece of wood and some zip ties on it to keep the proper length between the two.
And we just bought a quad yesterday.
So it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You can put a little spacer in there to make it right.
Or a few bags.
But it's like, we're only what's designed now. I yesterday, and I broke it, and I left the other half on the table where I have this little area in our living room right now where I'm living. And I come in there and it's gone. I'm doggone with that hyper coat on. I found it halfway in the middle of the living room floor. Damn. And I know it's again, she got it. I was like, oh, I don't need that.
Could we set them up just enough of an angle?
Well, ideally, you should have them stored in.
That's what I use. Probably be able to solder these both at the same time.
Yeah, Eric, that was Derek. And yeah, it looked a little bit warm. Eric says, haha, that was hot. Slide you that way a little bit.
Yeah, move. Yeah.
You gonna have it hanging over maybe?
Nope, it's fine. There we go.
Yes, Parker, it was Derek.
Just a second.
So that's where it's like, it's starting at a couple of, yeah.
Disclaimer, I'm not a plumber.
Now, where's Paul? Tell Paul.
Yeah. Don't breathe that in, it doesn't taste very good. Now we're going to get our bottom piece. Bottom piece length doesn't matter.
I'll give you a
So I'm going to just put a shorty on it. Yep.
Okay, now I see. Now I see.
Anybody using this?
Let me just get my finger in there
Okay.
real quick. There we go. That's going to be warm. Move fast.
Yeah. Not how to do it.
Get that right in there good.
There we go. Look at that one.
Is it holding now? Awesome.
Wish they all look like that. Okay, so what's next?
Okay, so give me a second here and I'll help you out with that.
1/1000 seconds up, bro.
Alright. Give me your wife's second.
Oh, that's an hour and a half.
I'm good then. Am I lying though?
Then probably not.
This goes on a long side?
Hold on a second.
Right here's one.
Theoretically, technically, it doesn't matter. It can go on either side, but I would put it on the long side because because your antenna is going to be hooked up to it. So the long side is going to be the more secure.
And that's why you don't put it on the wrong side. Somebody had photo of it.
I drew a diagram on the board.
Don't burn your raspberries. That's
Yeah.
what John Martino says.
He's supposed to be down and gambling somewhere.
Yeah, he said he had some plans.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's why.
So now that we got that on there,
That's why.
nice and solid.
Jim County Dispatch
It's not moving. It's not loose at all.
switched it over. That's usually when I listen to Jim County Dispatch.
All right, antenna time.
I tried to answer something I thought it was hopefully it wasn't the sheriff's frequency.
Yeah, I don't know what the JPole party, but what's the address?
Okay. So this adapter is an SO239. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them on eBay. They're really hard to find local. You're probably gonna have to end up buying them online.
Need some solder, anybody?
Yeah, I will. Here a minute. Uh-oh. You'd say you had to redo yours?
He put his on the short side.
Oh.
Remember I put the long one on the elbow?
Oh. Yeah.
That might be warm, Wes.
Yep. There we go.
It's not good.
So I'm just gonna get this.
Keep catching this shit on.
Will help if it wasn't hot.
Shit. Before I brought my gloves in.
So I'm just gonna get this on there with a loose connection so we can measure the proper distance.
Hey, Kelby. Yeah, we're live. Hey, Kelby.
Okay. So let me grab a tape measure. So, can you give me a Sharpie? Perfect. That red pin right there. So, where we want to have this wire is at 2 1/4 inches here and 2 1/4 inches here from the center of this pipe.
That might be something worth going
These do have a little bit of room for error, so you can adjust it. It's not end of the world if it's not exactly on. 2 1/4. So now that we're going to get this lined up right here.
So you're gonna run your antenna just with your mobile, just set it up where you can hook it in?
Yeah, but I have it set for the house so I can run there. So I won't come to my handhelds.
That's what I was looking at Robert's, his is set up pretty low, like what Wes has.
He turned his around different.
It wasn't on purpose, I promise you that.
Oh, you wrapped it. Yeah. And you just need an electrical connection so it doesn't have to be all the way around the water tight.
Right, right.
This side you can just tighten up.
If you absolutely wanted to, you could solder this and solder that. And
Right.
So we're just gonna scuff it up here where I can still see where my line is. You still see my line. And I want to take a little flux. You know what? Let me scuff up my wire here. Get a little flux on there.
light right there probably would.
You got solder or do you need it?
Well,
Yeah, a little medical training.
yeah, right there.
JPole part.
Yeah, right.
Always got your eye back.
I brought my medic with me.
There you go.
It's ugly cover.
We were over in
Actually, lay it down here.
We had the third country nationals, the Indonesian guys, digging with the backhoe out back of our compound.
Okay, see that line right there? That's where we're going to want it.
It's something like a 7,200 volt underground power line with that backhoe. Man, you want to talk about
That wire's going to get hot.
I was just thinking that I'm going to give it a little push.
Yeah, use the... Oh, that's not working.
I bent it too much.
Yeah,
Right, there we go.
there we go.
So it was our job to take everything apart.
Hold it on there. Let you heat it up.
The anode off the
Oh, I need to scoot this a little bit that way.
discharge. If you touched it,
off the flyback transformer.
and I saw a buddy of mine hit his nipple with that. Oh my God! On the floor, crying. Oh, could barely move, but man, it's like this whole part of his chest was black. It was hard.
Good God, man. In Voltec school, we had these very big capacitors. We used to charge them up and throw them at each other.
I got this on the wrong side. This should be over here.
Pull it down while you're soldering
I
it.
did that and then it like got hot and lifted up because it was...
I was pulling against the pole.
Good thing I got spares.
You broke it.
It's okay, we got more.
My junior and senior year in high school.
Of course, it's not going to go smooth while we're live, huh?
Of course not. No, but that goes back to my whole 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I came prepared.
But it's best when you make a mistake for the video because then most people when they make a mistake they don't know it's it.
Yeah, like marking out the spares rather than.
And he wasn't watching, and that wire came off.
Want to redo his 2 1/4 mark. That side that he burned over.
And he stripped it off and took all the skin off the finger.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
I've welded. I had a titanium ring on. Luckily, titanium.
You're just gonna melt some flux on it, or some solder on it, or just leave it like that?
Try. And
You tell us.
Oh, far from it. Far from it. I would just melt some solder on it. It's
Crazy that I haven't worn my
No flux, does it matter?
yeah, put some flux on it, and then just melt some solder on it and hold it in
all the
place.
time. I'm stupid. I don't realize when I'm being hit on. Because I get hit on all the time.
Yeah.
And I was a CNA and I had a patient that I pinched her skin and bring my skin in the ring and cut her. So I took my ring off and stuck it in my pocket and wore scrubs. So I lost it. And my wife was all
Just as a heads up, we're live streaming here.
Turn the torch down here. You're a little hot.
I don't care. I just thought I'd let you know. That's all.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so we're just going to do it.
Slide it down.
Let's see if we can just.
What would you use for the center pin?
What are you talking about?
The wire here. What wire did you? What kind of wire did you use for that?
Oh, I just stripped some regular house wire that I had laying around.
12 gauge.
Yeah, this is 14 gauge.
Okay.
So 12, 14 gauge, both is fine. So we're gonna do it a little different this time. I'm sure it'll still work just fine.
Okay.
Pass me the solder. Solder.
Light duty one. I got up there and they wanted like $60 for it or something. I was like, no, it's $20 back there. We went back and for $20 for a lot of all.
We're just doing enough to hold it in place. That probably won't go anywhere. There you go, folks. You got your JPole.
And then explain
Now,
the cable.
So you just need. So if you're running a cable less than 25 foot, RJ58 would be just fine. Anything over 25 foot, I would get LMR 400. Let me repeat that. Anything over 25 foot, I would get LMR 400 coax cable. It's a lot heavier duty. You'll get a lot less signal loss for anything over 25 feet.
It's the big thick stuff you see with CDs.
Yeah, not your cable TV. Your cable and TV coax, that's a 70 ohm. You want a 50 ohm cable. So RJ58 or LMR 400.
And you can bury that underground to.
I don't know if you can bury it underground, but
Do put it into
yeah,
PVC pipe.
yeah. But that's about LMR 400 is about the best cable you can buy. It runs roughly $1 a foot, so not terribly expensive. This is an SO239 connection. I believe the other connection is called an LP259. So that's the connection, that's the male. The LP259 is the male connection that connects to the SO239. The female is the SO239. If you're mounting, I'm sorry?
The male?
The male is, I believe it's LP259.
And just, so they know they hook up.
Give me a second here. When you're mounting this, your antenna, this cannot be grounded. So if you're strapping it to a metal pole, what I did was I just wrapped electrical tape around the bottom here where I strapped it. So you can ground the actual antenna line, but don't ground the pole. And then I've got a cable over here.
45, so it's rested against it.
Yeah.
And then you wrapped yours around too.
Mm-hmm. We won't look at yours.
Jamie says his ringtone ought to be, here I am, here I am. And then somebody that tells me is when I've lost my phone. And I'm like, gone.
My wife too. The only problem is she lets her kids play on their phone. Told her not to. Mess it up and change the settings. And my kids know my phone.
I got that one you gave me.
Yeah, we'll just use that one right now. So you just take one of these little adapters.
What are those?
Those are, I'll have to Google it. I'll have to post a link to it.
Okay.
But this is an SO239, and I forget which.
The nomenclature of that type connector.
Can you do that? I'm not doing it very well one-handedly. Alright. Let's oh, that's fine. We're just gonna take it outside. Pick it up here. Somebody come out here and stand up in the back of Thor's truck and hold it up. Let me get a volunteer. I'll open the back of Thor's truck and hold it up.
If there's any lightning around, I'm blaming you.
Yeah. This is Zone 5, West. Anybody reading me here?
MERS 5?
MERS 5. Nope. So I'm going to hop on a repeater here. I do have my tech license, so I am ham licensed.
Unlock. 6, 8, 7, 3, 0, 1, 1.
Nope, wrong way. I'm going to a repeater that I know has a lot of traffic on it. Okay. KG7, TGR, radio check. Awesome, I appreciate it. This is West Raspberry. We're having a JPole building party out here in Caldwell, and we're testing one of them. Where are you located?
I just crossed under the Broadway exits, going eastbound on 84 right now. Headed to work.
Awesome, well I appreciate it. This is KG7 TGR out. So
Have fun, and sounds like the antennas are going well. Take care, K7SKE.
So we're sitting in the back end of Caldwell right now. The repeater we just hit with this is sitting on Schaefer's Butte over behind Bogus. And the guy we just talked to is over at
Boise.
over the Broadway exit on Boise in 84. So he's probably literally 40 miles, well no, not 40 miles, 20 miles away through the repeater. But the repeater is probably close to 35, 40 miles away from here. So
Signal round trip is 60, 70 miles.
yeah, so you can get even further with that, but that's the whole purpose behind this. Getting with those, just the little handheld with those little tiny antennas, you're not going to get the distance. But something like this, in a disaster scenario, we're really going to be able to reach out to each other and communicate. Cool. I'm happy. I'm good. We good?
Yeah, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks, Wes.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.